everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shayoni. I'm a first time mom and I share parenting tips and tricks, also product reviews for both moms and babies on this channel. So if you're interested, make sure subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'm there as the Happily Exhausted Mama. So a few days back I made a video on the reasons why babies should be read books or why you should introduce books to your babies. If you want to check that video out, make sure you see it. I've put the link up here. And also today's video is going to be again on books and the ways in which I have made my baby love books or interested in books. So if you want to know more, make sure you keep watching. Come up with 10 ways in which I have made sure that my baby loves books. Now these are 10 very easy approaches to ensure that your child likes books or is interested in them, which is going to help them overall in their development of vocabulary, in their language skills, also later on in academic skills as well. No matter how old your child is, I think this video will be helpful for everyone. And if you are pregnant or if you're a very small baby, I think this is the best time to watch this video. Now the first tip that I have for all of you is to start early. So if you haven't started reading books to your child and your child is already say 1 year old or 1.5 years old, then that's fine. Even if they are 2 or 3 years old, that is also fine. Just start. And if you are a new mom and you are thinking what is the right age, like all ages are right, you can start reading to your baby right from when you are pregnant. So that is something that a lot of mothers do. They start reading aloud. They take a book and they read aloud to their child and they can hear the mother's voice. I started with books when my child was around 1.5 months old, and that is when I started recovering from my C-section. I felt good enough to then think beyond just feeding him or changing him. So that is when I introduced books to my baby. So yeah, just start early, start as early as you can. The second thing is be consistent. So you have to ensure that your child or your baby is looking at books every single day. Now if only you are consistent, will a baby then expect that to happen every single day? Babies love routine. Babies have a routine of when to eat, when to sleep, when to play. So if you introduce books in between that routine, babies will also start expecting books. So you as a parent have to be consistent with books. Third tip is choose a time when your baby is well fed and rested. As I said, I introduced books to my baby when he was 1.5 months old. I chose the evening time when he had just woken up from a nap. He was fed, he was active. As mothers, we all know what is the active time for your child, right? Like when your baby is wants to play with you, wants to talk to you, wants your attention. That is the best time for you to introduce books to your baby, just maybe for a few minutes. You don't have to do it for half an hour or 1 hour. That's too much. Like just for a few minutes, you can bring out a book, read the book to your baby, and choosing a time when they are alert and active will ensure that your baby is interested. Over time, of course, now that my son is 1.5 years old, I can use a book to distract him when he is angry or upset. You cannot do that when you're first introducing books. So you have to introduce books at a stage when they are happy, and then later on, of course, you can use books to calm them down when necessary. Fourth tip would be start with a language that your baby knows. So figure out your household language. So if you're a mixed language household, that happens, choose the predominant language or choose any one of those languages. For my household, everyone was speaking in Bengali, so I started off with Bengali rhymes with my child because I knew that was a language that he was already hearing. And he would be most comfortable hearing that being read out to him. That is why I started off with Bengali rhymes, then moved on to just books which had images in it and words in English, but I would point them out to my baby and read them out in English and translate it in Bengali as well. So I ensure there was a bilingual approach to his books. So you can also do that. In that way, your child will be more familiar with what you're reading out and will be more interested. The fifth tip for you is to be creative. Now, obviously, if you're just going to read out books in a dull manner to your child will not be interested. So you have to be creative. You have to think of ways of like sneaking the book into the toys, or maybe play a game where you are not giving the book to the baby. And you know, babies want something they're not given. And so the moment you take a book in your hands, like run away from them, that is when they will follow you. They will want to, you know, touch the book or take the book or grab the book. Read a book and pretend as if it's your own book and it's not the baby's book. The baby will want it. So be creative when it comes to, you know, starting off with books with your baby, especially if your baby is a little older. And this, you know, along with my next point, which is involve the child. Reading aloud to your baby should not be something that you are doing and the baby is passively listening. The baby should be actively listening to you, and you can do that by making the baby clap when you say a word, or making the baby point to pictures, or maybe the baby is moving around while you're reading the book. So ensure that your baby is interested and actively participating when you are reading a book out to him or her. Not involving the child will not be interested, and again, as I said, the child will not become a reader or will not be interested in books, because they will think it's something that only the adults do for their own entertainment. It is not something that is for me. So make sure that you are involving the child. The 7th tip, and this I think is a very useful tip, you will see this in classrooms or even homes which follow Montessori, which is keeping the books within the reach of the child. Now, even though I am not a very strict Montessori practitioner, this is a tip I think which is very helpful when it comes to babies building their own independence and making their own choices. So what I have done is I have a small basket on the floor in the living room. That is where he spends most of his time. So it's on the floor. I have kept all the board books and the books that he can safely touch without tearing them in that basket. So when he wants to read a book, he'll go to the basket, he'll take the book out and he'll bring it to us. Sometimes he'll just, you know, obviously take out all the books in the basket, strew it on the floor and make a mess, and that's okay. And that is how he's learning. He also likes taking the books out, putting them back in, and then bringing 3 or 4 books to each of us, but it has built his independence. So I think building that independence is important, and keeping books within the reach of the child, just like you would keep toys within the reach of the child, gives them that assurance that these are for his benefit, these are his things, and he can easily touch them without being scolded, and he can like take the basket from one place to the other. So, you know, try to come up with a system. Of course, in a Montessori class, you would have books facing the child, so if you have more space and if you can build a certain shelf like that. I'll try and put a picture of the shelf here of type of shelf that I'm talking about, so you can do that, or you know, just a simple basket would also do, where the books are within reach of the child. My 8th tip for all of you is to switch up books. Now, for all parents, it's not possible to buy a lot of books. You might not have that much space in your house, or you might not want to invest that much in books where you have 50 books, 100 books for your child. Like that is not possible. I would suggest switch up books. So if you have, say, a set of 20 books, don't give all 20 books to your child all at once. As the library builds up, you know, slowly start taking out books. So what I do is, there are a few books which have been taken out of that basket, which I read out to him. There are a few books which I call occasion books, which I'm going to get into in my next video when I share with you his book collection. So those books remain separate, and then sometimes I just take out a couple of books. The next point, and a very, very important point, is connecting to real life. Now, if you are reading a book which has objects which you can see around you in that room, make sure your baby also sees that object. So if there is a ball in the story, point to the ball that the baby has, or tell the baby, come bring that ball to me. So that way they will start connecting the images with the objects around them. That gives them the tools to connect books to real life. Now, this is a quality or a language skill that you would want your child to acquire when they go to school, when they're reading a story, to empathize with the characters, to relate to what's happening in their life. When you start with relating objects, slowly they will relate people and emotions. So that is the first step. So connecting to real life is very important. If a child gets hurt in the book, you know, you talk about when your baby gets hurt and when they cry, and when you pick them up, you make them feel better. So connecting to real life is what builds that empathy, builds that compassion, builds an understanding in babies, and that is what makes books so valuable. And the most important point is love and respect books. As an adult, if you're introducing books to your babies and you yourself have no interest in them, or you don't like books, or you don't love books, and you don't respect them, but you're just doing it for the sake of doing it, I would rather say don't do it. interested, if you don't love books, then the child will also get that vibe of you. Children are very quick to pick up anything. They can immediately understand if you are interested in spending time with them or you are not, if you like a book or you do not. When you love and respect books, children will automatically feed off that energy. They will also start loving and respecting books. So that was my final suggestion to all of you. I hope these 10 tips help you become a parent who can successfully raise a reader. If there is anything that I missed out, make sure you put it in the comments down below. You can also follow me on Instagram because I'm doing this series on books. I'm trying to make my child go through at least 100 books before he goes to school, which I'm assuming is next year. As I said, I already started introducing books to him when he was 1.5 months old. So till next year, when he's going to be 2.5 years old, I think I have ample time to introduce 100 books to him. So let's see if I can do that, and if not, that's also fine. If you want to see and follow me along with this journey, then make sure you are subscribed to this channel, and also you're following me on Instagram. I will see you soon in my next video where I'm going to share my baby's book collection with all of you. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay home, take care, bye bye.